Probably need to do that. Hold on. All right, I think we're good to go. How's everyone doing? Good, I hope. Um, Today we'll be painting this. Yep, that. So it's just another scenery. A lot of blue sky background. And then we're gonna mimic some water below. And then we're gonna add a little pink in there, a little pink highlight, light up the background a little bit. But yeah, I hope everyone's good, man. I hope everyone's doing good. Hope everyone's being safe. And yeah, let's get this painting going. Um, Feel free to chit chat with me if you want. I'm just gonna be chilling, painting. Follow along if you're following along, and ask any questions if you have any questions. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's have some fun. It's Wednesday. Ugh. Let's get it going. Let's get it going. I'm also gonna put a smaller version of it down here, and then I'm gonna turn off my camera, and then turn this off. And cool. Let's get it going. Let's have some fun. So you want a pretty neutral blue. I have a really dark blue that I've been using if you've been watching the videos. Um, but if you haven't, yeah, I have a pretty dark blue. Not it's not as light as I would like it to be, but I want a pretty neutral blue, like a royal blue of some sort. So I'm gonna add that blue and put some white in it. That's what I'm working with right now. Smash that together, see if we get some cool looking blue. The brush I'll be painting with first is the flathead. I'll show you my flathead, show you what it looks like. So that's the one I'll be using. Looks like it's about an inch flathead. So yeah, just add some blue and white together if you need a lighter blue. I'll show you guys what blue I'm trying to get to right now. I think I want a little bit lighter. Alright, let's see. Alright, so this is the blue I'm looking for. It's just a neutral blue, not too dark, not too light. So, first thing we're gonna do is, if you got a bunch of blob of paint, because you had to mix yours like mine, don't worry about it. If you don't have a blob of paint, don't worry about it either. So first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna create our horizon line. It's gonna probably be about 3/4 of the way on the canvas. It's probably about here. And you just want to create a horizon line. Bam. So that's our horizon line. So now, all in this space till about, we'll say about right there. We'll want to color it till there, and we'll put some pink in there, and then we'll blend those together. All right. So just cover this with the blue, and we'll focus on that for a bit. And if your acrylic paint is a little bit thicker like mine, it gets kind of clumpy and you get some like clumpy spots and stuff and paint's not really spreading well, I like to just dip into my water and get a little bit of water in my brush. Maybe wipe it off once and then come back and put a little bit of that water in there, loosen up the paint a little bit. Also, the sky is going to be moving in this direction, so just be a little mindful of that. As far as laying down your blue, you won't have to worry about it. I just always like working in the same direction that I know the motion is going in. You don't necessarily have to, but when we get to adding the pink, we will have to work in that motion because we're going to make the blend go in this direction, okay? So just keep that in mind while you're filling in. If you already kind of went side to side, anything, don't worry about it. But when we get to this general area, we're going to want our strokes to go in a diagonal form, okay? Cool. that's pretty cool for now. All I did was cover the sky in blue. If you have some rough spots, don't worry about it, because we'll be able to come back and touch it up. But now what I'll do is I'll start attacking it with some pink. Um, my pink is it's pretty in between pink. I know it's kind of hard to see, but yeah, it's like an in between pink. It's not light, not dark. It's pretty good. So yeah, took it up with some pink right in that corner. And we're also gonna go over the horizon with pink, but we'll worry about that after. So I didn't bother washing off my brush because we're gonna get to these areas in here where we're gonna want them to blend anyways. So we'll start there. Going against that edge. Loaded up pretty good with pink, and then just gonna put it on. And when you get to these edges, you really want to just smear it into those corners so they can start getting that transition of a blend a little bit. But obviously on the inner part, you know, we're not gonna want it to be so transitional. We're gonna want it to be a hard pink. But around here, we could kind of just smush it around, start smearing it around, blending it into these other blues over here. But after we do this, then we'll wash off our brush, and then we'll throw some flat pink on there. Some straight up pink. Whoa, what's up, man? What's up, Megs? How you doing, bro? Powerful yet so gentle. How you doing, sir? Out there living that essential life. And make sure you're going in the direction of the sky, of course. So we're all kind of moving these lines into this upper left corner. Oh, what? They told you your ass to stay home or what, dude? Yeah, we're good, man. We're good, dude. We're just trying to get through it too, you know? But we're good, man. Just waiting to I was waiting like everybody else, man. Just get back to regular life and get back to working. Hope you guys are good too, man. Hope the baby good. Hope Alana's good. Hope the wifey good. Hope everybody good, man. Damn. Yeah, all our customers for the company I work for shut down too. So they're like, yeah, we can't. They can't even stay open, you know. Can't even prove the case that they're considered essential. So yeah, it sucks, dude. It sucks a lot. Go ahead and rinse off this brush now, so that way we can start adding some solid pink there. I want to go out and get some painting in, but you know how that is. Alright, straight up pink. And just start brushing that corner in. Shit. And just have fun with your brush strokes. Don't be so precise. You just want to move this paint around it in and out of this blue. And then once we blend this entire corner out, we'll come back with some blue from this corner, cut back into it. Remember to go with the direction of the sky. And I'm just taking little bits at a time and just working on them. I'm not trying to do like all of it at once or anything. And if you get blue inside the pink anywhere, it's not a big deal because that's what we want. That's just gonna give us that subtle look in the pink. So don't worry about the blue being in the pink. Or if it turns to purple, that's cool too. And don't worry, we're gonna come back with that with that with that blue and chop back into this pink here, so we get those more subtle lines going. And I'm gonna wash my brush off of the pink and start hitting it with the blue back into it. And if you notice, like your brush is getting, or your paint's getting a little stiff, dip your brush in some water and then mix it around in the paint a little bit, so it's not so stiff, you know. Just a little bit though, not too much. Let's start with this top corner. I'm just gonna kind of brush along the edge here. And then bring it into that pink a little bit. Not too far up here. See what I'm doing? See what I'm doing there? Huh? Some of my lines are looking a little choppy here, so I'm gonna dip my brush into some water, and I'm just gonna wipe it off. I'm gonna leave some of the water in there, but I want to get most of the water out. I kind of just want like a damp brush, you know, and I'm gonna come back and touch up some of that blue so that fades a little bit better. And go into that pink a little bit so it smears straight through, and pull it all the way to that edge. I have some rough dry spots around here, so I'm going to dip back into some water and pull those back out. Wait, you see what I'm doing? Oh, drop my brush. I'm just focusing a little bit on this, the pink part now. That way it doesn't look like such a hard color burst. It's like the sky is cutting in and out of the color burst, you know? That's the effect I'm going for. So I really want it to be kind of smeared there. The colors kind of smear into each other. Might take a little bit of blue, put some actual blue back in there, instead of me just smearing around the same blue. There you go. And I might do the same with the pink, but I'm only going to put it in places that I want. So like I want it to be like kind of prominent right there and just kind of smear it in. There you go. Add another one like right here. And then you just blend it out. So you dab a little bit, and then you just swipe back and forth on it to blend it out. But make sure you go in the direction that the rest of the sky is moving in, alright? I don't like the way that looked on the edge. That looks cool. That's the way. I think I'm happy with the way that looks there. Alright. So now I want to add some of this truly dark blue in the background here, just some really dark patches of blue. So I'm gonna use that straight up blue that I have. So if you don't have a darker blue, the blue you do have, you could literally add like a dab, like literally a dab of black to it. I have a blue, so when you apply this blue, you don't want a glob of it when you're applying it. You kind of want to just damp the brush in some of this blue. So I want to kind of put it on the canvas like this, not like this, not like that, like this. All right. So you can put it wherever you want. I'm probably gonna put some like up in this upper right corner, this lower left corner, and maybe like one over here, but we'll see. So let's try it out. This paint's a little stiff, so I'm just gonna dip my brush, probably swipe it once and apply a little bit of water. So I just dipped my brush once and then swiped it off once, and then with the remaining water I just put it in there. Let's try this out, see what this looks like. Have it where I want it, but it's not laid out the way I want it. It's kind of just like a blob, which I don't like entirely too much, so I'm gonna put my brush in some water again, wipe it off on both sides, and just kind of tap into it. See, it starts to like blend it into the blue in the background. There you go. That's what I want to see right there. And you kind of you kind of pan your brush straight through it. Now you can get that like dragging effect. So, yep, got it right there. We'll work on this lower corner now. Alright, I think I got that looking the way I wanted to in this corner. Don't worry about down here. There's nothing going on down here yet. We're gonna paint all over that with pink actually in a little bit. Alright, so I want to add one more thing. I want to add like a light blue streak. So I'm gonna have it coming from like here, from like right here, and shooting out to the corner. So light blue one, just one. So yeah, I'm gonna create a lighter blue than this one. So blue and white. So what I'm doing is I'm actually getting a blob of white and I'm adding blue to it, so that way I can just make it darker and darker and darker if I feel like it needs to be. So I'm just starting off with like a little dab. I'm gonna twist it around, see what it looks like. So it's pretty good blue right there. It's the blue I'm looking for. Just like a baby blue. Now for this, We're gonna kind of just dab it in there. You want it loaded with paint, but not overloaded. So mine kind of looks like that. And I'll just dab it in that corner and dab it in the direction you want it to flow. So I want it to come up here. And I just kind of want it to dab into here. Cool. Alright, so I'm going to paint in that direction now, okay? And nothing fancy, nothing crazy. We're just painting in that direction, adding a line there. Kind of blend out the corners a little bit. Don't perfectly blend them out, you just want to give a sense of where you'll be blending and then where your middle point is at. And now what I'll do is I'll come back with this background blue that we have and kind of brush it into those corners right there, which I probably have to make more of. Thanks, bro. How you doing? How's the hand? Hey, actually, bro, I need to talk to you later, man. When I get off the stream, I just need to holler at you. I need some advice. So if I could holler at you, man, I'd appreciate it. I was actually gonna hit you up after this, but you popped up in the stream. That's what's up. So I haven't applied the color yet because I'm kind of figuring out what I want to do as far as how much paint I want to apply, and the amount of paint that was on my brush was not ideal. So I'm washing off my brush. I'm gonna load it with some more paint, and then I'm gonna probably do a very light dip into the water. So I'm gonna load it about this much, and then dip into the water. Probably wipe it off once on the cup, and then just hit the edges of this. So start blending it in. So that way when it touches the middle part, it blends into it. Where you have a lot of your lighter blue. And just work in the direction of the light stream. And then just repeat that process on both sides. Hell yeah, bro. Thanks, man. I appreciate you, Ben. I'm just trying to need a little help, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I'm gonna holler at you for sure, bro. Heck yeah, I appreciate you, man. Yeah, man, keep hanging in there, bro. It's not a. This isn't easy. This isn't These times ain't easy on everybody, man. It's fucking ridiculous. It's so crazy. But I hope you're staying busy too, man. I think you're working still, right? You're just on lockdown now, man. No more chilling on the weekends, bruh. It's ridiculous. I don't really like the way this middle part works, so I'm gonna probably just brush straight into it so I can get some color blended into there. Yep, that's what I wanted. I kind of have like a hard line right here, so I'm gonna take a little bit of water and kind of smudge it out. But make sure it's not a wet brush. Make sure it's just like damp. You'll find that sometimes in paintings, you could fix a lot of mistakes with just a little bit of water. You're just smearing around a little bit of the paint to blur your mistakes. Cool. And I'm probably gonna dab like the corner of this brush into that light blue that I made, just the corner, and just kind of smear it right in the middle of in the middle of its light beam. Just so it looks really prominent in the center of it. And I'm gonna try to blend out the edges a little bit more. But I'm pretty happy with the way that looks right now. Cool. I want to blend that corner a little bit more. Cool. Yeah, on this painting, I made it like a straight line rather than it being kind of like a burst that started fat and came to a point. It's kind of fat and just kind of trickles off into the center. But yeah, I think that's it for the sky, guys. So let's continue. Actually, I want this a little bit smoother down here. So I'll wipe my brush off, just add a little bit of water to the game, and just kind of blend right into it, smear it out a little bit. That's cool. That's what I want. It looks dope. Yeah, you just kind of use a little bit of water to smudge paint together. kind of hard to see. Alright, so now we're going to dip back to the pink. We're going to go over this horizon line right here. I'm just going to draw a straight line. And I'm just kind of blending it in. I'm not doing anything crazy because we're going to come over it with black. So it doesn't need to be like a perfect straight solid line. You kind of just smear it in. And then down here we're going to make the pink a little bit more prominent. And what down here is going to be the water. So if they start to smear and blend into each other, it's perfectly cool. And give you the illusion that the water is moving. We're going to take the pink down to about here. So give it like a good 2 inches from your horizon line. And then we'll start attacking the rest of it with some blue. And again, if the blue and the pink are blending down here in the water, it's fine. Kind of want that. And we're going to be putting black in some of that portion anyways, and a little bit of blue, so don't worry about it being like super pink. Alright, so now I'm going to take that background blue, that sky blue, the majority of the background is, and I'm going to start painting it down here. If we get some pink in there, that's fine. No big deal. You kind of want to blend those, if you can, together. And literally when you add the blue beneath the pink, you just brush back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then it will blend together, and there you go. Get that blend going. If you start having a little bit of trouble, I should probably rinse my brush off because look at all that pink at the bottom. It's not good. If you start having a little bit of trouble, like if your paint starts getting stiff when it makes contact with the other paint, just add a little bit of water. Just a little bit of water. Nothing crazy. You dip your brush, swipe it once, swipe it twice on both sides of the brush on your cup, and then just go back in there. Move it around. And just back and forth, nothing crazy. Pick up a little bit of water. Just a damp brush, not a soaking wet brush. not happy with your transition into the pink, just keep focusing on the area. Don't keep pushing it up. That's not gonna help. You just want to keep working at it and just keep stroking it back and forth and back and forth until you get the transition that you like. And I would add a little bit of water into your brush. Get that damp brush and kind of just hit the blend a little bit. It'll help blend the two paints together. So there you go. Bubblicious. That's what I was going for, man. That's what I was going for these bubblegum flavors. And then down here we're just gonna do regular blue. Just that background blue we've been using. Hey Megs, let's try to do something, man. Let's get like a black book session going or something. We could do it like on Zoom, or we could do it like on Instagram Live or something. If you're down, let me know. I've been wanting to do that with someone. Just to have like a black book session for like an hour or two. Not like every day, but you know what I mean. Hold on one quick second. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, man, if you're down. No biggie if you're not. Alright, I gotta make more of that blue. Damn. Ridiculous. It's going through that blue there. Yeah, I will need more. I'm really trying to avoid making more of this blue. So I'm just like using up everything that's on my palette. Even though I'm gonna have to make more blue anyways, but for this small section I don't want to compile a bunch of paint together and overmake, because I do that quite often. Cool. So we're gonna add some patches of that darker blue just in random spots. So I'll probably add some like here, here, over here. My dark blue is pretty, some thick ass paint. So let's see what happens when I just put it on. So I'm just kind of using the flat edge of the brush and just smearing it in a little bit. So thin side to apply it, and then the flathead side to like kind of brush it in and move it around. You just want to give it some emulation of some dark areas. So thin side to apply it, and then the fat side to brush it out. Probably like there. Good. There we go. Oh man. Well, that's part of my problem, man. That's why I'm like trying to like do stuff. Like I'm working on artwork every day, but it's like I'm not focusing on one thing, and it's like overwhelming. The only thing that's super consistent is like these paint streams. Like I'll work on design work, and then I'll work on drawing, and then I'll work on creating art, like high-res artwork, and then I'll work on painting, and then I'll work on the stream, and then I'll go back to doing graffiti, and then I'll do like, it's just all over the place. But I feel like if I dedicate some time, I guess, to like structural time, like alright, I'm gonna be doing it live at this time, then I'll feel a little bit more accomplished, I guess, than it just being random, like what am I gonna work on today. And also though, don't be fooled. I've been playing a shit ton of video games, like just a ridiculous amount of video games. And I'll play video games while I'm drawing, like I'll just like do it in between. While I'm on like the loading screen, then I'll like draw. While I'm picking a character, I'll draw, or I'll work on like a design. Alright, I need to add some water to that because that paint is extremely stiff. And when you do that, if you add a little water because you want to soften it up, just go along the edges. Don't go into the actual dab of paint you created. Just want to do around the edges. Cool, just like that. Fix this mistake. Cool. Oh man, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I forgot that you're home with kids all day. Can't even be productive. Got kids to take care of. Got little mouths to feed and stuff. Yeah, so I guess I'm pretty fortunate right now. Sorry, man. We can hit them late night sessions though, man. When them babies sleeping. But actually, I'll be expecting one myself in September. Alright, cool. So we're gonna give this a second, let it dry. And we're gonna start the silhouettes and then the silhouettes in the water, and that'll be it. Actually, the upper part should be dry. It's down here that's a little wet, so we can actually start laying down the line work for that. Alright, so we are now going to get some black going. So the brush I want you guys to start using now is the thin brush that you have. I'm using a thin round brush, but you could use just a thin brush in general and you'll get the same effect. Sorry. Alright. So this is the brush I'm using. If you have a thin head, that's fine. But we're gonna literally just be drawing a horizon line. So draw it along the top of the pink. If it's patchy, don't worry about it because mine's gonna be sketchy itself. So just kind of sketch it. And if you see that there's pink still in the horizon, don't worry about it because we're gonna make this horizon a little bit thicker anyways, so. Just like that. And maybe on the corners you wanna bring them up a little bit and kind of curve them in. Alright, now that line you created, I want you to create a thicker line right on top of it. So just use that line as a guide and make it thicker. And mainly on the top of the line, not underneath the line. Because underneath the line we're going to smear out that black. Alright. So we're gonna wipe off that brush, put in some water, get that paint off, get it out, and then wipe down your brush. Make sure you got a dry brush. Make sure you got kind of like a really dry brush. So now what we're gonna do, use the side of your brush and we're gonna make contact and we're gonna just scrub back and forth, but we're gonna bring it downward. So like this corner, we're gonna scrub the side and bring it downward. But see, since this is at an arc, you're gonna scrub at an arc as well. Like that. And then, so this is just a straight line, so we're just gonna scrub along that line. If you rub off some of the black and you see the pink peeking through, that's fine. Pink or the blue, that's fine. And mine has a little acrylic on it, dried it up, so just wet it again. And then wipe it off, and then go back to it. And if you leave your brush just a tiny bit damp in this situation, it works out because it kind of blends the black into the water a little bit better. See? I'm just scrubbing. If that paint's still wet, that's fine. It'll be easier to move. Remember that corner. It says if it goes up, then the bottom of this layer needs to go down. And doesn't need to be perfect. It's in the water anyways. And the water is not subtle. You can go back and brush in any areas that you feel need some attention. What are you guys doing to stay sane in this quarantine, man? I know Megs is chasing Bebe's kids around. Alright. So now, got my brush back, wiped off all the black off of it. Got a dry brush again. And now I'm going to dip back into black, and we're going to add some dabs of black along this corner right here, just along the line you created. But they are going to taper off, so they are going to get smaller and smaller as you get towards them. If not gonna start going all crazy, dabbing black paint. Um, you don't want there to be excessive. You don't want there to be an excessive amount. You kind of want it to be able to like to just dab it on like that. That bottom part right there. This. That's how you're gonna want to be able to do it. Okay. And we're just gonna dab. It's gonna emulate like trees in the distance. And they don't need to be solid. They need to be a little patchy so you can see the background color peeking through. And we're just gonna dab up and down, up and down. And the majority of this background is going to be exactly done this way. We're just going to be dabbing some paint. Having some fun, dabbing some paint. Just like that. Alright, man. Appreciate you stopping by, bro. I'll holler at you later. Stay safe, man. God bless. And try to find something to do when these kids are sleeping, when they sleep. Alright, brother. Peace out, man. Ooh, I put a nasty glob of paint on the bottom. On the bottom part, you do want it to be a little bit solid. Cope. And then down here to emulate it into the water, just add just a couple dabs along the edge, not the whole thing, but just to give it that emulation on the bottom in the water. It's like that. All right. So now we're gonna start on this corner. So here we're gonna add a little bit more prominent trees. So get a little bit of black on your brush, and in this corner just draw one line down, and then maybe about 1.5 inches away from it, add another line, and then maybe about another 1.5 inches, add another line, but a smaller line, like a thinner line, I mean. Just like here, add like a thinner line. Cool. Just a couple Davies. Just a couple dabbies. I read Davies. Just a couple little dabs right now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in a motion of back and forth, traveling up or just dabbing, just little couple dabbies, and we're gonna bring those tops of these trees to a point like that. I'm gonna do it on this smaller tree. So I know it's a little bit harder to see on the camera because it's glare. So yeah, just like this. That's still kind of hard to see, but use that lower left picture there for reference. That's why it's there. What's up, Nestor? What's going on, man? How you doing, my friend? Ready to get these TFT sessions in? Alright, and once you have the placement of those 3 trees, I want you to go back and get some more black, and you kind of just want to like fill in some spots and bring them out. So like I have a little blue spot open right here. I'm gonna fill it in a little bit just to dab it in, and then I'm gonna bring out some branches off to the side. So I'll try it on this one. A little bit there. Just bring out a little branches. Little happy branches off to the sides. Yee! Did you sleep better, Nestor? Did you get some rest yesterday, sir? Hope you did, man. Sleep is health. I know it's hard to sleep right now. I have trouble sleeping at night sometimes. Ever since this all started, I've been having trouble sleeping. And it sucks. Get some CBD tea, man. Alright, down here in between, about from this tree up, we're going to add the same effect we added on the right side. So we're just going to dab along the edges. So make it look like there's more trees in the background than other than these big ones right here. And my paintbrush is globbed with paint, so I'm gonna wipe it off so I get some clean brushes working. You too, dude? Yeah, I haven't been able to really sleep peacefully since all this nut shit started happening. So remember, you're just dabbing up and down, up and down. But you don't want it to be solid. Kind of want to have some of that background peeking through. Just like that. I don't know if you guys can see. I'm gonna try to. Like that, you know what I'm saying? That's how it be. And then we're gonna add like a little mountain in between these two trees right here. So just literally make like a triangle, a wide triangle. Have it come to like a nice point. And then from here to the middle, we're gonna create a couple more little mountains here. So make them bigger, smaller, make them all different shapes. Don't make a bunch of them, but you know, space them out. Take your time. Don't rush through this stuff. I think I want to make this one a little bit taller. Yep. That's the background. Alright, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna emulate this left side onto the water. So now what we're gonna do, just gonna wash off our brush, get that black off of there, wipe it off. And we're basically just gonna scrub, and then we're gonna scrub to a point. And you're gonna push it right into that pink, or just the water that's beneath it. So scrub, get some of that black, and then scrub to a point. So you start off with the wide scrub. Finish off with a wide scrub, and then you're gonna come make it shorter, 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 and you'll come to a point. So it's gonna look like this. That's how the scrub's gonna go. So you're just gonna scrub that part and then to a point, and that's when you're doing these mountains. And you're scrubbing under these mountains. And the trees, it's gonna be reversed and go thin, and then we're gonna go wide. And if you want them a little bit more darker, then dip your scrub brush in some water, leave it a little damp, and pull some of that black out. So you can mix it in with some water a little bit. You want to keep pulling that paint out till it's not super on there. You kind of just push the paint around. It just has the color in it, but it has a little bit of water in it. That's what you want to do with these. So scrub and then make it wider. Like that. And then the pyramid. So let's start with a wide scrub, and then we make it to a point. See? See? And then we have a couple bushes down here. And then we have a thin scrub, and then a wide scrub, and then back to a thin. And then I kind of want these to be a little bit darker, so I'm going to work on these. Cool. Looks good to me. And I kind of want there to be a little bit more black to be dragged apart here, so without picking up any more black or anything, I'm just going to kind of use my dry brush and kind of scrub around those sides so that way they kind of mesh in together. And just go right along the edge of everything. Kind of want some harder black right there because I have some pink there that I feel like need to be a little bit darker. This needs to be darker in this area. You don't need to do that. This is just for my liking. Cool. So yeah, that's the water. And I have a division line right here that I feel like needs to be a bit darker since there's nothing there. There we go. Hey, what's up, dude? Thank you. How you doing, dude? How's everything? How are you doing? All right. So that is looking the way I want it to look. I kind of want some of these lines to be blurred out a little bit more. So what I'm gonna do is rinse my brush and then dry it. We keep a little bit of water on there. And I'm gonna come back and kind of brush these out with some water, just so I can smear the paint a little bit more. There we go. And we're gonna work on just the edges here. So I want it to look like the water is moving, so I'm gonna create these like long blurred lines. So you just scrub at the edge with a little bit of water and then blur it all the way out with the rest. So you get that smooth transition. Oh, a little bit more muddy in here. You know, I was trying to figure that out, dude. Because I'm running Streamlabs, and Nightbot, and my buddy James was telling me that through Streamlabs you could multi-stream. So I just haven't taken the time to figure that out. If you figure it out, hey, I will definitely be happy and grateful. But I know there's a way to do it. I used to do it through a website called Restream Me. I think it's like restream.me, and used to be able to do it from there. And I'm adding a little bit of blue to cover up some of these spots, just random blue. Just show some water breaks in between. There we go. And I'm kind of just brushing out these sides so they're not so prominent. There we go. Yeah, I was asking you, dude. Yeah, I was asking you. I'm good. I'm good. I'm surviving. I'm trying to survive just like everybody else, you know. Yeah, let me know what you find, Nestor. That'd be awesome. All right, for this last, actually, it's not the last part. What should I do? We'll add the moon. Let's do that. So using that same brush you were just dabbing with, um, I want a very, very light pink. I want a white with a tint of pink. So you don't need to mix very much paint for this because it's literally only going to be a tiny little circle. But I literally want white with a dash of pink in it. And I'll show you exactly what I mean. too light, I'm gonna add some more white to it. Cool. Once again, we just want some white with a dash of pink in it. So it still basically looks a little bit white, but it has that subtle pink. And I need to add more white. I'm over here trying to not make excessive amounts of paint, and I'm doing just that. There we go. So yeah, if you can see it, it's very, very light pink. It's white with a tint of pink in it. So I just used pink and white. And so basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a very small moon in the center of your painting. So find your center, and we're gonna make it right above the horizon, about 2 inches above the horizon. And literally you're adding a circle. And I know some people are like, oh, but I can't make circles. Literally just dab the paint and just go in a circular form. And just do your best to make a circle. Take your time. We ain't going nowhere. Just take your time. There you go. My brush is all crazy, dude. Because I want to shape mine, but I don't want to add more paint. I think I brushed too hard on this brush yesterday and today. Alright, so just a dry brush so that I could go and touch up the edges so that way they're a nice smooth circle. Cool. Happy with that. So now what I want to do is I want to emulate that same color, same distance in the water as it is from your painting. So if it's 2 inches, going 2 inches each in. And we're just gonna kind of dab that color in. And we don't want it to be a perfect circle. We kind of want it to be elongated, so we're gonna make it kind of long. And once you have that, wash your brush off with white, or with white, not white, with water. And dry it really well. And then we're gonna scrub that out, just from side to side, from left to right. Just like this. Just like that. If you do that, don't worry about it. Two things you could do is either take the background color and literally go over it, but if there's like mine's in between these light colors and the pink, then just work with it. I mean, it doesn't have to be exact. It doesn't have to be like mine, you know? If you made yours like the size of a quarter, that's totally cool. Just remember that if you make it the size of a quarter, you're gonna have to make it around the size of a quarter down here. So just keep that in mind when you're making it, because all you're gonna do is create a white line the size of a quarter here, and then you take a dry brush and you're just gonna brush it out, just smear it out. I want mine a little bit more prominent than that, so I'm gonna literally take the same color as the moon that I created. I'm just gonna dab it in there, and then I'm gonna wipe off my brush and dry it up again. And then I'm just gonna brush left to right and just keep pushing the brush up, and then push this spot down. Just keep brushing left to right, and then once you have the size you want, pick up a little bit of water, wipe it off, but don't wipe all of it off, and then just brush along the edge. So you're using just straight up water here. And if it starts blending with the blue a little bit, that's completely fine. And then I start brushing straight through. And then what I'll do with this is I'll take a little bit of that color again and literally add a tiny little dot. Wash it off. Wash off my brush. Make sure it's completely dry this time. And then we're just gonna smudge just a little bit. And that's it. Just like that. I'm actually gonna take my finger and I'm just gonna drag out the sides. And you can do the same thing, because I want it to be a little bit more smudgy. There you go. That's how I want it. Alright, so that's that. So now what we'll do is we're going to add some hard lines of pink and white, and that's going to give us water ripples. So we're going to go back to our flathead brush, and we're just picking up regular pink here. So just straight up flat pink. No white, no nothing, just straight up pink. And we're using a flat brush. And we're just gonna dip just the tip of it in that acrylic there. And it looks like this. And so I'm gonna add some water ripples on the edges and then down the middle a little bit. So we're literally just gonna dab the flat edge. So let's see, we're doing this, and we're literally just doing that. Okay, that's all. Wait, my bad. That's what we'll be doing. Yeah, it is a self-created playlist. Can you guess? It's all lo-fi music, low fidelity music. So what we're gonna do is just we're gonna add lines like this. I'm gonna add it over the black a little bit. I'm gonna add some in the middle here. Just a little bit though, nothing crazy. And then we're gonna want to put some over this black here. you kind of want the lines to be a little bit prominent. Um, so if you feel the need to, you go dip back into some paint and kind of go over some of those lines you want darker. Oh no, it's a personal playlist I made on Spotify actually. If you got Spotify, I'll send it to you. Alright, so if you got your pink laid out, you're gonna get some white now. Just straight up white, no pink in it, just plain white. And then we're still working with the flat brush. Alright, so just straight up white. Just on the tip there. And now what you're going to do is you're going to go right under those white lines you have. Not all of them, just select a couple of them. Just like that. Just like that. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take our scrub brush, just a dry scrub brush, and we're going to push out some of this white just a little bit. So it gives you more of a blended look. Yeah, for sure. Hit me up after the stream and I'll send you the link, dude. We're gonna push out a couple of these just so it blends right into the water a little bit more. Just like that. Not all of them, just a couple of them. Just gonna push out some of the white. Just adding a couple extra lines. It's all good. Yeah, this is all with acrylic. Yeah, this is all acrylic paint and using some water with the acrylic paint so to help blur out some of these lines and stuff to help with the blend in the background. But that's actually it for today. I think we're done. Yep, we're done for the day. I am going to scoot myself back over to you guys. Get rid of this. Let's get back to that. What's up? What's up, dude? Um, it's totally cool you joined in late. You can hit me up after if you need some help with instructions and stuff. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. And you'll be able to follow along, dude. Don't worry. Um, and I am gonna be uploading this to my YouTube channel after, so just want to watch the replay. Yeah, you'll be good. Um, but yeah, that's it for today. DM me if you need help. Um, bang my line, whatever. I'm here. Um, but yeah, hit me up on Instagram or hit me up through Twitch or Twitter, whatever. Um, yeah, I'm here to help, and I hope everyone is being safe, and I hope everyone is okay, and your mental health is okay, and talk to people as much as you can. That's what I do mainly throughout the day, is just talk in my Discord to people and draw or play video games and stuff. So if you have a Discord, hit me up in Discord. If you don't have a Discord, hit me up. I'll tell you how to hook it up on Discord. Um, yeet yeet. Shout out to my boy Nestor. Been helping me push my stream up, and luckily he's here. I talk to him like all day. Just talk about video games and stuff. So, but yeah, if you need people to talk to, I'm always here available. Um, Also, usually my paint classes are paid, but due to our current situation, these aren't being paid. These are just for free, so donations are welcome. If you do want to donate, contact me. I'll give you all the information you need to donate. Or if you go on my Twitch page, there's a donation button there, and you could go ahead and go through PayPal. If not, you can hit me up, figure it out, whatever. It's no big deal. But yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for everybody stopping in today. That was a lot of fun just to chill and chit chat with me. I really appreciate it. Um, yeah, you guys have a good day. It's Wednesday. I'll see you guys again Sunday, maybe Friday. We'll see. Friday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. One of those days. I promise I'll be back. All right, y'all. Peace. Be blessed and stay safe. Wear your mask if you need to go out. Peace, y'all.